So welcome everybody. And I want to wish everybody a happy Easter. Happy spring equinox, rejuvenation time. It's my favorite time of the year. I just love seeing everything come awake and alive. So I'm inspired to practice more pranayama. And pranayama, prana is that energy, it's our breath. But it's not just the breath, it's the vital life force that our breath brings into our body. And this breath becomes part of our body. It travels through our blood into every cell. So it's part of every cell in us. So what's more rejuvenating than practicing pranayama? To support the rebirth of every part of us, our cells, our mind. So let's bring our hands together in namaste. And we'll open with one Om. Let's take a deep inhale. Softly bowing our heads towards our hearts. And just take a moment to set an intention for yourself. An intention that connects you to your heart, to your peace. Breathe your intention in and exhale it out to the world. Let's open up our eyes. So I know a lot of our students are also going to take the recording due to Easter. So welcome to those of you taking the recording. So we're going to begin with our hands on our thighs. And we're going to do a couple of cat and cow just to open up our spine and help to open up and our diaphragm and ribs. So let's begin with an inhale and exhale, pulling the navel in, gently chin to the chest. Inhale. Exhale, pull navel in, chin to chest. So continue in your own rhythm. Breath and then the body following with a deep inhale and a long exhale. You can close your eyes or let them be soft. And we'll finish with 3 more rounds. So with your last round, let's take our chin to the chest and take your hands behind your head. Gently drawing the chin towards the chest, and take an exhale and pull the navel in and round forward a little more. Now inhale, press the back of the head into the hands, opening up the elbows and opening up the heart. Like a flower opening up to the sun. Now we're going to exhale, gently drawing chin to chest, rounding forward more with the upper body now. We're not rounding so much in the middle body. Full exhale, pull the navel in. And now inhale, opening again towards the sky. Gently opening up the elbows, lifting chin. And exhaling, drawing chin in. Full exhale. Inhale. Press the back of the head into the hands. Deep, long inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Press head into the hands, opening up. Exhale. After this exhale, we're going to stay forward with the chin to the chest. Take a couple of breaths here, opening up the neck. Deep inhale, long exhale, connecting to your stillness. Pulling all of the parts of yourself together with the breath, drawing yourself towards your center. Inhale, head up. Let's place hands on the thighs. Just keep your eyes closed. Now, notice the breath coming in and out. So we've done a little bit of stretching to help open up in the neck and the shoulders. Okay, let's open our eyes. So we're going to do a pranayama. I learned in India many years ago, and I've always loved the feeling that I feel afterwards. Sometimes while you're practicing it, and if it's new to you, you might have different feelings arise. So we're going to take our left ring finger to the left side of the nose. Going to take your your middle finger and pointer finger and press it on your third eye, right in between your eyebrows. And then you're going to take your thumb and then rest it lightly on your right nostril. So we're using our right hand. So our left index finger resting on the nostril, thumb resting on the right nostril, two middle fingers resting right in between the eyebrows. And we're going to do a breath in through the left. And then, so first I'm going to explain it and then we'll practice it. We're going to keep our fingers resting on the nostrils at all times. And as you inhale through the left nostril, you're going to gently close the right with your thumb. And then you're going to exhale and close the left nostril. And you're going to open the right, and you're going to exhale through the right. And then you're going to close the right nostril, and then you're going to inhale through the left. And then you're going to close the left nostril and inhale through the right. So we're inhaling, I think I just mixed them up there. So you're inhaling through the left, and you're exhaling through the right. Then you're inhaling through the left, exhaling with the right. Inhaling through the left and exhaling through the right. And we just gently close the nostril to help support the flow. And what this does is, and you can let's take our hands away from our face. So what this does is the left side represents the moon, the right side represents the sun. And the left is cooling and calming. The right side is more fire. So we're balancing the cooling and the fire within us, the elements. We have all the elements within us. The universe resides in us. So it's nice to do it this way. There's several different ways that you can do this breath. So this is a more simple version. And we're going to start with the inhale on the left side because it's the evening time and it's more cooling. So for those of you, it's morning time, like in California, you can start with the inhale on your right side because that's gathering more energy, more fire for the day. Okay, so those of us in Sweden are going to start on the left side, and we're going to start with the inhale on the left. And those of us in other parts of the world, if it's morning time, then you're going to start on the right side with the breath because that's more energizing and more fiery. So let's begin. These two middle fingers, pointer and middle finger, right here in between the eyebrow. Index finger on the left nostril, thumb on the right. So those of us that are starting in Sweden will take an inhale with the left and then we'll exhale with the right. And you'll do the opposite for morning time. So we'll do a couple of rounds and let's begin. And I'll let you know when to stop and then we'll just come to a quiet, normal breath. So let's begin. So those of us in Sweden are inhaling through the left and exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. You can close your eyes if you like. Do this nice and easefully and slow at a pace that feels good for you. We'll finish with one more round. Finishing on your exhale. Place your hands on your thighs and keep your eyes closed, coming to a normal breath. Just notice how you feel inside. Inhale, let's open up our hands to the sky. Interlace fingers and open up the palms to the sky. And let's release the hands down. So let's take our right fingertips over to the right, left hand up, palm facing towards you, and stretch over to the right. Keep your sit bones rooted as you stretch. Now bring your chin to the chest and stretch. For bringing a little twist here, bring it into your lower back. Inhale up, and let's do the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale over, just like a crescent moon here. Inhale, and then exhale, chin to the chest, and bring the stretch into your lower back. Inhale, let's rise up and come back up. So let's take the hands behind us. So we're going to interlace the fingers. Draw shoulder blades onto the back, palms together. Maybe you can squeeze the palms together, or maybe the hands are pulling away. And if you can, straighten the arms with an inhale. Exhale, pull the hands back to the sacrum. Inhale, open up the arms. You can use your Ujjayi breath here if you like. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, open. And exhale, draw the hands back. So let's bring the arms up. We're going to take the right elbow behind the head. And use your left hand to pull the elbow behind the head here. Maybe that doesn't come all the way behind the head. It might be out. That's okay. If you can, press the back of the head into your arm. Let your hand come down your back as much as possible. We'll stay here for breath. Now feel the sit bones root on your next exhale into the block. And then inhale, lift in the chest and press the back of the head into your arm. And release. And let's see the other side. Arms up. Take the left elbow and take your right hand to the left elbow and bring it behind the head. Maybe the hand comes behind. So with your next exhale, root the sit bones into the earth. Then inhale, lift the heart. Press the back of the head into the arm if possible. And take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. So we're going to remove our block. Let's come onto our knees. Take the right leg out. You may want to come on a blanket if that's better for your knee. Right hand over to the right side. Inhale, left hand up and stretch up to the sky. Deep inhale and exhale over. Connecting to your breath. The breath has the power to unite all the parts of us, to calm the mind, to bring us to our center. And I'm going to swoop this whole, the left hand forward. I'm going to bring it to the earth. And come on your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. So your extended foot, press that foot into the earth here to make this leg active. Beautiful. So we're going to take a deep breath in and drop the belly. And we're going to exhale, pull the chin in and arch up like a cat. Moving with the breath, allowing the breath to unite all those parts of yourself. And finish with one more round. Exhale. Wonderful. So bring the right knee in and extend the left leg out. Press the foot into the earth and we'll rise up. Left hand to your left thigh. You don't want to press on your knee. You never want to press on your knee laterally. Inhale, hand up, palm towards you and stretch over to the left. And direct your breath into your right ribs, creating space in between the ribs. Exhaling long. And the next inhale, swoop your hand towards your foot and around to the earth again. And we're going to do a couple of rounds of cat and cow. Wonderful. So let's walk our hands towards the front of our mat and come onto all fours. Going to come down to the earth. Shoulders up and back, and we'll come into a Shalabhasana. Extend the hands back. So have the palms facing up to the sky if possible to help draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Now draw your tailbone in, tuck the tailbone, and then lift the legs. And inhale from the pelvis out through the feet. Strong legs. And then from the pelvis to the heart to the crown of the head as you lift. Wonderful. Place the hands underneath your shoulders. And we'll come for a cobra. Exhale, we'll come to a puppy posture. Walk fingertips out, shoulders up by the ears, and stretch the forehead to the earth. Stretching in your side body here, and breathe. Deep inhale to the back body. Exhaling, lengthening through the spine as your sit bones pull back, your hips pull back. So inhale, rise up, and let's walk the hands over to the right side and stretch and bring the forehead to the earth. Staying connected to your breath, allowing it to tether all of the pieces, to tether your mind, our wandering mind, to tether it to your center, to draw yourself in. Inhale, rise up. I invite you, then bow forward. I invite you with the breath to inhale so and exhale hum. I am that. Let's come back to center. And now we're going to come down to a child pose, forehead to the earth. You can keep the hands on the earth here in front of you, or maybe wrap your hands around and grab your heels. Connecting to the breath. Deep inhale, expanding in the back body, expanding in the heart space. Exhaling, becoming more present to your inner world. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. I am that. And you can add that. Whatever it is that is for you today, what is your intention? Was it peace or harmony? I am harmony, I am peace. Inhale, let's come to all fours. So we'll come to our first downward facing dog. Let's come up high on the toes and bend the knees. Press hands into the earth and lift your chin. Deep inhale to the back body. Exhale, press hands into the earth. Strong arms. And tilting your hips up towards the sky, your sit bones up towards the sky here. So we can drop the right heel and then the left, pedaling our feet. And now begin to walk your feet towards the front of the mat, towards your hands. So we'll take a forward bow here. So feet are about hip width apart here. And inhale, let's take hands to the hips, press feet into the earth and rise up. Deep inhale, bring arms up overhead. Exhale, let's bow forward. Inhale, take your hands to your shins and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, hands to the shins, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. And now exhale, let's bring our right foot back behind us and we'll come into a forward lunge here. So let's first take our chin to the chest, bowing inwards here. And let's take a deep inhale into the back body as we bow forward. And then exhale, sink a little more into the hips and gently lift the head. Now let's bring the left foot back, come to plank or knees to the earth, and we'll lower down. Inhale, let's come to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And let's bring the right leg forward for a lunge. Drop the back knee. And let's bow forward, drawing inwards with your exhale. And then inhale. Lifting the chin gently, gazing forward, breathing into the back body. And then exhale, let's bring the right foot back. We'll meet in a plank or knees on the earth. Come down to the earth. So let's extend the right hand out. And the left leg. And reach through the right fingertips and the left leg. Lengthen, lift, and release. And we'll do the left and the right leg. Extend the left arm out and lift. Right leg and lift. And release. Let everything just melt into the earth here for a moment. And now this time we're going to press both hands into the earth Inhale, lift your whole torso. Pull the muscles from the lower belly all the way up. Lengthen through the torso to the crown of the head here. And then inhale, lift the arms, and now lift the legs. And breathe. Now let's take the hands down to the shoulders. Let's come back to a puppy pose for a breath. Inhale, come to all fours. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward in between the hands, and we'll come into a Virabhadrasana 2. Windmill arms up. Check your stance, front foot intersects the back. Open up palms to the sky, open up your heart. Now draw the tailbone down. Tuck the tailbone down and in gently. Feel that toning in the belly. Now sit a little more in the front knee. Bend the front knee. If possible, maybe to a 90-degree angle. Check your stance. Strong feet. So now let's rotate. Keep the openness in the shoulders. Rotate palms to the earth. Gaze over your front fingertips. Warrior 2. Gathering your strength. Gathering your inner strength. And breathing it into every part of your being. Straighten the front leg, and we'll come into Trikonasana. Strong feet. Feet press into the earth as if you're trying to pull your mat into 2. And then reach forward. Maybe you have your hand on shin, block, or the earth. Let's bring the top shoulder up and back. Strong knees here. Inhale, left arm up. Reach the hand towards the sky. Opening up the heart. Breathe into the back body. So let's bring the top hand down and come into a forward lunge towards the top of your mat. And bring the right foot back. Meet in plank or your knees. Lower down to the earth. Inhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Draw the shoulders up and back and lift the legs. Lengthen from the heart out through the crown of the head, from the pelvis out through the toes. And release to the earth. Come to Cobra. Downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Tops of the thighs pushing back. Hands are strong. Arms are strong. Beautiful. Left leg up and bring it in between your hands. We'll come into a Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 on the opposite side here. So opening up in the hands and the palms towards the sky. So check your stance. Front foot intersects the back. Strong feet. Drawing tailbone down and in. Maybe you sink a little more into the posture here. Opening up in the heart. Now keep the openness in the chest. Rotate palms to the earth and gaze over the front fingertips. Keep energy in this back leg. You want an evenness between front and back. Straighten the front leg and we'll come into Trikonasana. Strong feet press into the earth as you reach forward and come either to your shin, block, or mat. So extend the top fingers out and reach towards the sky. Open up the heart. This is one of my favorite postures. So much is happening. Open heart, strong legs. Let's bring the top hand down and let's bring the front foot back, meet in plank or on the knees. And lower down to the earth. Let's push back to a puppy pose. Toes together, knees wide, forehead to the earth, and breathe. Inhale, come to all fours. We're going to extend the right arm up towards the sky, and let's weave it in underneath the left arm. We're a little deeper shoulder opener here. So you can stay here or extend the left leg if you like. Straightening that leg. And if you want to go a little deeper, you can take your left leg forward and grab your toe with your right hand. So that's an option. So let's release wherever you're at and come back to all fours, and we'll do the other side. Extend the top arm up and weave it in. So this, your right arm, you extend it out to help support you. So you have a couple options here. You can stay here, rolling onto your left shoulder. If you want to straighten the right leg, you can. And if you want to bring it in front to the side and grab your right foot, grab your toe with your left hand, that's an option. You roll a little more on the left shoulder here. Beautiful. Let's come back. And we'll meet in a downward facing dog. So either step or hop to the top of your mat. And let's bend our knees. We're going to come into an Utkatasana chair posture. So let's bring our hands up overhead and sit back into our seat. Now draw your chin forward. And as you draw your chin forward, see if you can sit back a little more. Now try to keep that depth as you gently lift the chin and open up the heart and the fingertips to the sky. Inhale, press feet into the earth, hands in front of your heart. And let's come back. Beautiful. Come back to your stillness. Come back to your breath. Connecting, drawing in all the different parts of ourselves. The brilliant parts, the broken parts, the wise parts. Bring them all together just to the center of your being, into that space of your heart. So we're going to open up wide and open up the arms. Right foot forward. And we're going to come into a Parvo Konasana. So bend your right knee. I'm going to take the right hand to the earth or on a block or elbow to your knee. So if you have a block, my preference is that you take your hand to a block on the outside of your foot. And then you press your front knee and your arm into each other. Make that connection. You can take your left hand, pull your right sit bone under. Inhale, open up the heart and chest and extend the top arm out. Gently draw the tops of your ears back as you open the heart to the sky. Beautiful. Left hand to the hip, and we're going to come into an Ardha Chandrasana, half moon posture. So we're going to hop the back foot in, right hand forward to lift the back leg, flex the back foot, the top leg. So gaze down to the floor to find your balance. If you have your steadiness, extend the top arm up, and then you can gaze forward. So you can also practice this in front of a wall to help you with balance. Beautiful. Top hand to the top hip will slowly come down and meet in our warrior two. And come back. Hands to the hips, wide stance. So let's bring everything back to center, hands and feet. Meet in the middle, connecting to your stillness, connecting to your breath. Inhale, so, exhale, hum. Open up hands, open up legs. So now we're going to take the left foot pointing out, the right foot in. Beautiful. So we'll come to Parvokonasana. If you want to have the block on the left side of your foot, move it over. So you're going to take the top hand to your hip and the left hand outside of your left thigh on top of your block. And if you're not able to do that, you can always take your elbow to your knee here. Bring your awareness to your left sit bone. Let's draw it in. Or it might make more sense to you to try to tuck the tailbone gently in. Now lift the top hand up. Palm is facing towards the earth, drawing the top arm bone by your cheek. Now feel a line of energy from the back leg all the way up to the pelvis, out to your top arm, and shine through every part of you. Take the top hand to your hip, and we'll come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon posture on the other side. So bring your back foot in, your front hand, bring it forward. You might have it on a block here or on the earth. You can also practice in front of a wall. So once you have your steadiness, extend the top arm up. Top leg is flexed. And then shine out from every part of you. Let's bring the hands down, come into a warrior two. And let's meet back in a Tadasana, mountain posture, hands and feet together. There's nothing like balancing postures to bring in all those pieces of ourselves together. And it's like, whoom, you come into alignment. So breathe into that space of connectedness within your being. So we're going to take a block and place it on the outside of our left foot. We're going to come into another balancing posture, one of my favorites. We've been opening up in our shoulders and hips, so we're going to bring it all together as we come into eagle posture. So we're going to inhale, open up with the arms, and then exhale, right arm under the left, and release. So now we're going to take the right leg and cross it over and press the toes into your block on the left side. And bend your knees. And now we're going to do the arms again. Inhale, arms up, right arm under left. Hug elbows together, hug knees together. Find that still point where everything comes together within you. Drawing everything inside, hugging to your midline. That deep stillness within you. And now draw your elbows towards your knees. Coming to absolute stillness. And stay there and breathe. It's nice to use your Ujjayi breath here. It draws you deeper inside. Inhale, slowly rise up. And come back. Hands in front of our heart. So in this posture, we're engaging 3 bandhas. As we come forward with our arms, we're engaging Jalandhara bandha, a throat lock. And as we hug our legs together and we strengthen our pelvic floor, we are creating the Muladhara bandha, the root chakra. And as we bow forward and Try to tuck your tailbone a little more next when we do this. And on the exhale, pulling the navel in, it will create an Uddiyana Bandha. And these three bandhas work together to create more energy within our being, to hold our energy. So let's do the other side. Right hand, the right block on the right, on the outside of your right foot. Now you know where we're going. So we're going to take the left leg, cross over on the right, and hug your thighs together. And now you're going to bend a little more in your knees. Draw the tailbone down and in. It's just a gentle tuck, and that engages the pelvic floor more. Inhale, arms up, and we're going to do the left arm under the right. If it's too much to cross the elbows, you can also hug, grab your shoulders here. Hug everything to the midline. And now we're going to gently bow forward if that's possible for you. Drawing the chin gently towards the chest. And with an exhale, draw your navel in. Engaging in the Uddiyana Bandha, toning the navel, the lower belly. But continue to breathe here. You can use your Ujjayi breath. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. Connecting to that total balance and stillness within you. Inhale, rise up. Bring everything together at the hands in front of the heart. Just close your eyes for a moment. Let the shoulders soften down, connecting to your breath. The feet rooted on the earth. Beautiful. So let's open up our hands and open up our feet wide. And we're going to bow forward, hinging from the hips. Take the hands to the earth. Press hands into the earth and inhale. Lengthen through your spine here. And exhaling, pressing feet away from each other. Bow forward, bringing the top of the head towards the floor. Stay here for a couple of breaths. So you're going to take the left hand and cross it over the right, reaching towards your right leg. And breathe. Deep inhale, long exhale. Now let's take the left hand to the left side and the right hand crossing over in front. Inhale and exhale. Soften forward. And let's bring our hands back to center here. Bowing forward. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And let's walk the hands towards the front of our mat. Bring the right foot back, and we're going to come down to our knees. So let's meet in a Baddha Konasana. Pressing feet towards each other. Right shoulder back, left shoulder back. So if you find yourself really hunching forward here, you can sit up on a blanket or a block. Press feet into each other and lengthen up. Take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale, long exhale. So you can stay here, or if you want to round forward, you can round forward, pulling yourself forward with your heart. Deep inhale and exhale, rounding forward if that's a possibility for you. Taking a deep breath into the back body, exhaling, coming back. Okay, let's take our right leg out to the right side, left foot in for Jani Shirshasana. So let's take our left hand, or you can use a strap. You use a strap on the bottom of your foot and place it in your left hand and your right hand to the side. Or you can take your left hand outside of your right foot. So inhale, lengthen, and exhale, pulling yourself forward. Inhale, lengthening. Hug muscle the bone in your whole right leg here. Strong knees. Exhale, bowing forward. So you can round forward now. Take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale to the back body. Exhale, softening. Maybe you want to take your right hand and grab the other side of your foot. And we'll rise up. Let's do the other side. Right foot in, left leg out. Pressing foot into the thigh. So you can have the strap on your foot, or you can grab the outside of your thigh, or maybe you grab the outside of your foot. And lengthen, left hand you bring outside of you. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, pulling forward. Moving breath. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, slowly moving with the breath. And then if you want to round forward towards your knee, you can do that. You can keep your hands where they're at, or take your other hand and grab your strap or bring it on the other side of the foot. So your hands are crossed, pulling yourself forward. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Deep inhale and long exhale. And we'll rise up. Okay, so let's come onto our back. We're going to come into a bridge posture. So bring heels in towards the hips, elbows press into the earth, and inhale, lift the chest, just like we do in a cow. So lift the chest, your hips press into the earth. Next, inhale, press feet into the earth and lift the chest. Take right shoulder, left shoulder under, and clasp the hands behind your back. Keep your knees hip width apart here. Don't let them spread out. Yeah, draw them together. Ulf, you could draw your knees a little more together. Press feet into the earth. Inhale, open up in the heart and chest. Press the back of the head into the earth. Now, keeping the openness in your chest, you can soften the hips towards your hands. Drop the hips to your hands. And now inhale, lift the hips again. We're going to do this in a series of 3. Inhale, opening up in the chest. Exhale, drop the hips, but keep the chest full. Inhale one more time, lift the hips. Expand in the chest. Exhale, release the hips to the earth, release the hands. And let the knees fall over to the right. Grab the elbows overhead and gaze over to your left. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, knees up, and exhale, knees off to the other side, and gaze to the opposite direction. And let's come back. So let's take the right leg up and stretch the right leg to the sky, hands behind the thigh. Actively press your thigh into your hands. Beautiful. Other side. Interlace hands behind your left leg. Press the thigh into the hands and stretch the foot up to the sky. Great. So let's take the hands behind the thighs, rock up, and we're going to set up with our chairs. So those of you who want a chair for your halasana, plow posture, I'm going to get a chair too and show you. I know a lot of you have done this with me. So first you want to set up your blanket for your shoulders. Top of the shoulders are going to go right at the top of your blanket. And the whole part of the blanket is going to be your shoulder blades. So I'll get my chair. So you want the chair to be on your mat so that it doesn't slide. So we're going to take our shoulders. So if you haven't, I think all of you have done this with me before, but if those of you on recorded, if you haven't done this before, I'd first watch me do it, then pause. You can then pause the video, and then you can do it. So tops of shoulders right at the top of your blanket. And we're going to lift our hips and bring the feet to the chair. If you're not using a chair, then you'll bring them to the earth. So lift the feet up to your chair. And now we're going to bring in our shoulders, just like we did with bridge posture. Right shoulder, left shoulder. Bring them under. And then take your hands and support your back. Walk your hands down your back towards your shoulders as much as you can, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Chin is in the chest. Just like we did earlier, Jalandhara Bandha, you have a Jalandhara Bandha here. And breathe nice and easily as best you can, but don't hold your breath. Sometimes people hold their breath here. So once you have your shoulders situated, and your head and neck feels okay, you can extend. If you'd like, you can come into a shoulder stand, extend the right leg up, and then you can bring that one down and then do the left leg up. And then if you want to bring both of them up, you can take one up and then the other. And draw the tailbone towards your toes, like towards the sky. Tucking it in, that will help to create more steadiness in your core, more strength. And breathe. And whenever you're ready to come down to the chair, come down. So bringing the legs back to the chair. And now we're going to slowly come out, use your hands to support your hips, to slowly come out and release the legs to the earth. And now we're going to come into, you're going to bring your hands underneath the sacrum here and extend the legs out. Top of the head on the earth. You can look at me if you're not sure. This will release your spine. Take a couple of breaths here. So let's release, and we're going to turn around and take our legs onto the chair. So some of you might not be using a chair. I'm going to have the blanket right in between right along my spine here. It's very nice to have it right above the hips in between, right along my spine. And we'll come into our Shavasana. This is going to be our rest posture. The shoulder stand and Halasana are considered the king and queen of yoga postures. And create an inversion where the blood flows towards our head. And it's very healthy for the heart, very healthy for the lymphatic system. It helps to reduce stagnation. It's good for the brain. It's good for the spine. So let your spine be heavy on the earth. Feet are heavy on the earth or on the chair. Let the shoulders roll open and heavy on the earth. The arms are heavy. The hands and the heart are open. Bringing your awareness to the center of your being, to the prana, to the breath coming in and out. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. I am. I am filled with light. I am filled with love. We'll stay here for another minute. Bringing your awareness to your breath. If you like, you can stretch your hands up overhead. And then bringing your hands back, slowly drawing your knees in towards your chest and rolling over to one side. And slowly making your way up to a seated posture where we'll sit in stillness, sit in love, sit in light for just a minute. And we'll close class. So practice coming to your posture within just a couple of breaths. And to root your sit bones into the earth, let's take our hands to our thighs. Let's take a deep inhale, lengthen through the spine to the crown of the head. Roll shoulders up and back. Exhale, root the sit bones into the earth. Soften the shoulders down. Release the hands on the thighs or in your lap. Keeping that connection with the breath. With every inhale, drawing deeper inside to your heart space. Deeper inside to your stillness. With the next inhale, settling every part of your being. Settling into that space of love within you. Settling into Soham. We'll stay here for a minute. The next inhale, let's open up our hands and open up our hearts. Bring the hands in front of our hearts, sealing our practice. Let's close with one Om. Take a deep inhale. From that space within me where all new things grow, to that space and newness within you. Namaste. And thank you, everybody, for joining today. Wishing everybody a wonderful Easter. Ah, Joe, you made it too. So the pranayama we did earlier is a type of nadi shodhana, where you breathe in one nostril then the other. So it was one variation. And we'll continue to explore pranayamas in class, because it's just a wonderful way to create that balance between your inner world and outer world, and it's very rejuvenating, very calming for the mind and body. So wishing you all a wonderful, wonderful Easter holiday, and I will see you all next time on the mat.